Komt er oncomfortabel te zitten of zo?
Dat was de nieuwe gemakstand. Achter de boord dan. Anders op ze bieden belt.
Alright, are you running?
So we're trying again.
Yes.
So we used the fire break actually to efficiently to recruit another original member, Sven even. So thank you, Sven, for coming here and
My pleasure.
welcome to. We are only missing one now, right?
We're missing two.
Well, no, two. Luke is not here,
And Bruno.
and
So.
Yeah.
somebody else?
Yeah.
No, that's it.
Did you mention?
Danny Jacobs.
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny,
Bruno.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Luke is here. Right?
Luke is upstairs.
Yeah.
We can go and get him if you want.
It's okay.
Okay. So first of all, we survived despite this fire alarm. It was a bit scary. And again, the purpose was to get the whole complete original lineup here now. Hands up, who was in the original lineup?
Never.
Alright, and now to the interesting part. The competition here is pretty boring for you, I guess. The current HayaBusa lineup. Dennis, what do you think?
Well, no, it's never boring, but it's a nice rehearsal for in 1 week and a half. Yeah, and that's how we kind of treat it. So not trying to peak here, we're trying to peak for 1 week and a half, 2 weeks. Yeah.
So you think you will have tougher competition there in 2 weeks?
No.
Roy, what do you think?
For sure.
Well, I hope so.
So Roy is, of course, as we know, a Wembley High Roller member now, and they will definitely try to make their life as miserable as possible in 2 weeks. How's training going, Roy?
Yeah, training is getting better. Sincerely speaking, we had a little dip in our training in the last 2 months, something, for some reasons that are now clear, and we're working on that, so we feel that we're back on track the way we were planning to train. So it's getting better again, luckily, because the last meet, win games was really not good. I can say it was a bad meet actually. French Nationals for sure was also not where we want to be, so it's we analyze a lot, we speak a lot about certain things, and we think, or we like to believe, that we're back on track where we would like to be, but it's not going to be a walk in the park. I mean, that's of course clear. But
are you hiding again some secrets with your continuity plans and techniques and anything from us? Or
no, I don't
that was
think...
completely new when you got your solid B slots there.
Yeah, but I don't think it was a matter of hiding anything or something.
Ah.
It's just, of course, with the girls, it makes sense to, because of the different size and weight, to experiment with it. Eventually, we also have to make a choice, like what do you do, because you always can change, but at the same time, when you change too much, you cannot do enough practice and always the same slot. So we're still have the tendency to go back more to the kind of A slots, but we're open-minded to switch wherever it works better.
When did you see that? I mean, your continuity plan or engineering plan, whatever you call it, is more a conservative or traditional one now, I would call it. Did you look at this, or even when you saw that, consider that, Andy? Well,
For us, it never came to mind, because I think we all know our slots from when we started, and for the front Bs, it's easier sometimes to choose if we switch from the door. But I think it doesn't really, for us, it doesn't really matter that much. I think if you take Roy's team, for example, it's like he says, you have lighter people and you have heavier people, and it's sometimes an advantage that you can say, hey, we can switch it.
mm-hmm.
So it's if you have the choice, it probably comes up to mind faster. But for us, it doesn't really have any advantage. So.
Yeah, a lot of training for that. Sven, which continuity plan you are with ISR Fireflash now?
Yeah.
So that's a third team on the top level here that we have HayaBusa members. And which plan do you like better? I mean, what do you do actually with Fireflash?
Well, we have like a standard continuity plan, I would say, but we have a left-hand plan. I know that both HayaBusa and we High Rollers, they have a right-hand continuity plan. Basically, what we do is mirror the HayaBusa continuity plan, and we don't experiment at all. Of course, we've seen what the High Rollers were doing, and I think it was quite quite an innovation to see it. But we don't experiment with it, and we don't consider it even, because we don't have enough training to do so. It just, for us, it's not worth it investing time in that too much, because it will only be sacrificing A-slot training or normal standard continuity plan training, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an amateur team, there's a full-time professional team, there's a half-professional team. Everybody is in discovering this interesting combination direction, everybody. How did you get to a left-hand pattern? Because you did right-hand pattern your whole life. You're doing right-hand pattern with the French, I guess. There's a left-hand pattern with Firefly.
Yeah, when we started with HayaBusa, we were jumping from borders, which enforced us to have like a right-hand continuity plan. And then more and more competitions became left-hand door competitions. And then we had to make the decision, and everybody knows that. What do? Do we switch to a left-hand plan, or do we just switch our exits, basically? And we did the last thing. And until the time that I was with HayaBusa, we continued, and they still do continue with the right-hand continuity plan. But then I became a member of a new team, of another team, and we just decided, hey, let's start from scratch, and we just throw in the left-hand continuity plan, and that's what we went with until now.
So Maya, Wesley, and Glenn, they grew up with a left-hand pattern.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did it do to your muscle memory and all that, going from left right to left?
That's such a long time ago, I can't even remember. To be honest, it was not a big of a deal. Sometimes you have the habit, and then you need to get used to it. But it was like I could basically quickly adapt to it. To be honest with you, and then I was flying with the boys every now and then in the tunnel as well, and then I had to switch back to the right-hand continuity plan. And I'm not saying that went good or perfect, but for me it didn't feel like very strange or very awkward.
That's how strong he is.
That's how stupid I am. I just don't know.
Center inside, talking to center inside. So you are, Sven is still center inside. You have become center inside. You are a former center inside.
No, I'm inside center, but I think I'm outside. I was an outside center. And then 2009, I became the inside center. And I still am.
Former tails?
Yeah. Actual tail.
Yeah.
And so there's only one real point. I mean,
one real point.
There's one real point.
And I was also outside center, so
we switched.
Yeah.
Then as I do feel kind of you're bored with that. I mean, only one side. I mean,
they put me where they need to put me.
Yeah.
That's it.
How is it going here so far? So we are HayaBusa. You are from the outside. You're an observer. You're not flying. So what do you see? With is it a good meet for HayaBusa?
Well, I haven't seen all the footage because I'm busy with coaching during the day. But I mean, I saw a few rounds, and I think I'm pretty impressed with the rounds they do. And I think, I mean, they look really strong. So it's gonna be a tough nut to crack in 1.5 weeks.
And what are you saying as an observer? Do you catch any of this? What they're doing?
Yeah, of course. I try to look at the guys on the boys' jumps all the time, because I'm still obviously very interested in how they do and what they do and stuff like that. And what I see is that they control the meet. I don't know. I cannot tell what's going on in their minds and how they approach the meet, but I see that they control the meet, and then it's that. I mean, they are not. I can see that they are not pushing. We're just controlling, making sure that they deliver clean rounds and solid rounds. That's the only thing I can see.
From the inside, is that going to change when you go to take on the high rollers?
It happens naturally. Yeah? If your real competitor is there, like this, you can do the competition. But if you don't have the pressure that you need to like battle for every point. Of course, we try to perform as good as we can, but you need that extra few percentage of additional focus, additional pressure from that team flying in front of you before you go in, and you just cannot simulate it. If it's not there, like Mimi is not here flying in front of us before we go in. Of course, we want to go as fast as we can, but that additional percentage is what you need to, like at the win games, to have a 35 average.
So it feels like that too when you're here. You feel like you're a little.
It's a bit different, yeah. Yeah. Of course, there are nerves like there are always at the competition, but you cannot like pinpoint what it is that's lacking and just add it now to have a better performance. It just needs to come together, and I'm sure it will in 2 weeks.
So you would be grateful that I mean Arizona SB they're doing really well, I would say, right? But they're not really pressuring, and so that will also change then.
For sure, I think the high rollers always have pushed us. I mean, if you look at the averages that we've been posting the last 2 years, 3 years already, 3 years, and then it's always been when they were attending the meet that they always pushed it to a higher level. I mean, before we were always pushing ourselves as well, but it's different when somebody's really right on your heels. It's a completely different story. It's the right chemistry that you have right before you go in the door, and I mean, I think like Bob says, you go in the door here, you feel nervous, but after a couple of rounds, it fades away because you get more confidence over the meet. But yeah, it's different when you need to really go for each round.
I'm afraid we have to come slowly to an end because you have to go back in now. It's only a week away, right? So you're not going to see Sven probably as a fan, maybe visiting. It's not that far from Belgium.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I will be able to make it. I would like to come there. I would like to come in and see the action going on and the atmosphere. But I'm not sure if I will be able.
Yeah, but Roy, of course. So we see everybody again. It's only a week away, and for some more excitement. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much for taking the time, and good luck with the rest for your teams and for HayaBusa. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Een andere vraag.
How do I
Nee,
get
kom.
Can I take a photo too?
No. Now you're pushing it, huh?
Yeah, with the original members.
Oh,
Yeah.
With the original. You need help, Kurt? Nee, ja, Sven, anders Sven heb je een paar.
Yeah, it's one photo with everybody.
No. Dat was hier normaal. Daar vul ik je t-shirt.